know who you are, but could you please say and spell your first and last name for me?
Tim Ocnaschek, Timocnaschek.
Thank you. And your title and occupation?
Chief of Police.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And so you talked a little bit earlier off camera. It's your first 100 days today, I believe, right?
I think so, according to y'all.
And so you were sworn in on August 23rd. Yeah.
August 1st.
Oh, it was August 23rd. It was August 1st when you...
August 23rd was the formal ceremonial swearing in, but I was actually sworn in on the 1st of August.
Oh, thank you for that clarification. Okay, got it. And so just talk to me about the first 100 days. I know it's been kind of busy. What has shocked you initially after you transitioned from, being captain into being police chief?
As captain over the administrative division, I was doing a lot of work with whether it was budget or community relations or some of the other activities that we did as emergency management and so forth, but it's just added a whole new level of busyness to my schedule. So that's been amazing to me that I could get busier than I already was.
So talk to me a little bit about, what makes it busy?
There's a lot of meetings, a lot of interactions, a lot of requests to be somewhere, to talk to someone. I consider them opportunities because I appreciate the opportunity to talk to people and let them either get to know me. A lot of times I already am familiar with them, but it's in a different perspective, different role, and chance to talk about what the department's doing and where we're trying to go and get feedback. So I appreciate these extra opportunities.
Yes, sir. And you mentioned where the department is right now, where you guys are going. Where are you guys right now? Where do you hope to go in the future?
Well, we're in the process of our normal annual ability for officers to pick their assignment and pick their shift, or I say assignment, but within the patrol division, once a year they have the opportunity to sign up, and they can, depending on their seniority, adjust what shift and days off they have. And so we've been prepping for that, which means a reassessment of where the manpower needs are for the department, whether it's time slots or staffing levels. And so that's been the big focus. We're dealing with the opportunity that we got from council giving us 4 new positions in our real-time crime center to get some civilians in there. So we're in the process of hiring those. We stay in the process of hiring civilians and sworn for a variety of different positions. We have a number of processes going on in preparation for not just the holiday season, but different programs that we're running. Some of them are holiday related, like Blue Santa. Some of them are just activities that we want to do. So there's a lot going on.
So you haven't hired any civilians for the real-time crime center, have you?
We are in the process. They're in the final stage of the process of hiring 4.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know if this is unrelated or not. I'm just curious. So what will the civilians be doing?
We're calling them public safety analysts. Basically, they have the ability to assess the activity going on through our Fusus platform in our real-time crime center. There's connectivity of a lot of different platforms, whether it's video, our computer-aided dispatching. They can monitor what's going on. They can look at cameras that we have integrated in the system. They can help with investigations, and they've been even able to enter different people that have excessive warrants. They've entered vehicles that are stolen, a whole host of things that allows us to use technology to stretch our manpower. And then by civilians doing this role, we can keep the officers out on the street.
What are you most proud of, since you became police chief?
Our people, the professionalism that they're showing, the positivity that they're showing, they're doing a lot of work in the community. Sometimes we'll get a complaint. We're human, but the positivity across the community is really overwhelming. That the officers are doing a good job. They're solving cases very quickly. They're active, and we're trying to help our people out. They're well trained, well equipped. We're thankful for the council support in funding and the community support of the department.
And so I know you're also proud of the Real-Time Crime Center, as we were just talking about. So what was your role in, getting the budget passed for that and, seeing it come to fruition? How do you feel?
Well, it's like almost like a newborn child, so to speak, but this has been many years in the making. Many years ago, when I was first started getting into emergency management, one of my goals was to try to get access to various cameras and technologies to make our officers have better information, real time, and situational awareness, whether it was weather, events, or incidents. And so when Chief Coffin was here, he had brought in somebody from London, and they looked at it. They looked at what we had in our Emergency Operations Center, which is a nice center itself, but we just didn't have the technologies that some of these other major metropolitan areas have, particularly London, where they're benefiting from cameras. And so as we worked through the years, we were able to get some various, I'll call them siloed, individual accesses to other organizations' video feeds, or buying camera here and there, but they're extraordinarily expensive. Over the years, technology's developed. It's cheaper. More people have cameras. Everybody's carrying around a cell phone. We have cameras on, doorbell cameras on the houses. We have facility cameras. We have street light cameras. All the officers are wearing cameras. We got cameras in cars. So we want to take advantage of that opportunity because, especially when it comes to making cases, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So we have the ability to expand that. And when we heard a vendor called Fusus talk about how they had an integrated platform that could pull these different manufacturer cameras, these different sources together in one computer instead of having to have a whole room full of people trying to access stuff, a light went off, and it took about 2 years, but we've gradually over the years expanded the amount of cameras, the building of the facility through grants. Council a couple years ago gave us enough money to purchase the Fusus platform, which is an annual reoccurring cost, and it's expensive. But something has to provide the foundation for this process, and now where we're at is that we're being able to integrate with existing resources, partner with different organizations. We're partners with BISD, with Lamar, with LIT, with hospitals, with businesses, even residential areas, and we're able to use this technology to quickly solve crimes. We're able to give officers feedback that protects their safety. We're able to direct officers in real time to precision issues, so we can say, hey, this particular person, this particular vehicle is involved, and we can really stretch our manpower using this. So it's almost like a newborn feeling to have this capability, so we're very thankful.